Now I've moved on a little ways here, and skipped a few crossings, but this is South Plaza Trail, and there's a main reason why I've actually decided to include this, and the reason why is because this had some very rare Griswold Signal Company cantilevers, and as you can see, they're now long gone. Since the line is abandoned, they took out all of the crossings. But as you can see, up to the 2011, Street View, they had them. Yeah, they got I never actually found out what kind of bell that was up there. I'm thinking it was either a Safetran or it could have been a Safetran or a Rayco or Griswold. I'm not sure. But I think that's a Griswold Signal Company right there. And the lights were Griswold on the top. These were newer Safetrans. I know that. But these were true Griswolds. And you don't see many crossings like this. So I made a point to actually film here that one time that I saw a train. And I'm very happy that I did. And I don't know if you can't really read it, but it does say Griswold Signal Company, Minneapolis, right there. So, and as you can see, the tracks are really straight, but with it going through a city, they only allowed 10 miles an hour. But they're just really cool signals. Yeah, just wanted to add those in there. I thought that was neat. Now, what's pretty cool here is I'm actually going against traffic here with the Street View, but you're actually following the line along VB Boulevard here, and as you can see, it's very overgrown, obviously, because this was taken almost 20 years after the abandonment. So, but this was a Street View taken September 2022, so it's very recent. And but I'll show you what's very interesting is there's actually a spur around here, and I'm not exactly sure where it is. I'm gonna have to look for it on here. It's somewhere. Anyway, there was a spur somewhere on this road. They might have paved over it by now, actually. But anyway, there was one somewhere. Ah, wait a minute. Here it is. Here it is. Yeah, right off the main track here. And I never did find out where the spur goes. It might have gone to a warehouse or something. I really don't know. But it's right over by the sign. Wait a minute. This thing is so sensitive. Hold on. Hope y'all aren't getting too motion sick. I'm not used to this. And as you can see, right after you get across the road here, it's dead ends. Yeah, weird. But as you can also see, I think this is kind of an interesting twist. Look at the sign, tracks out of service. You think dead ends right after the road. But it also appears that after 20, let's see, what is it? According to the Street View, it looks like it's been paved over. So, that was that. Alright, so, and this is pretty cool right here. This Had 2 mechanical bells. But I'll tell you what was also really neat. Over in the shopping center, there was a place called Engine House Trains. See right there? And it was mostly Y&L stuff. Bigger gauge, not so much HO and N stuff. Mostly Y&L. But what's really neat is behind these buildings, there's a Dollar General, and there's a couple other things. I'm not really sure what they are. But anyway, it's just a antique mall and some other stuff. But they got 4 boxcars and a caboose. 4 different boxcars. You got a black, a green, a blue, and a yellow boxcar with a red caboose. And I always thought that was neat. So yeah, there's that. This is probably one of my favorite sections on the Virginia Beach line, because this is over in Thalia. This is a neighborhood that's actually split by the Virginia Beach line. And as you can see, there's, well, it's not there anymore, but there was a crossing, a crossbuck crossing here, and a signalized crossing down there. There's a whistle post that was right there. I wanted to try to get that for my collection, since I already have a crossbuck for this, from this line. But I didn't get there in time. Apparently either somebody from the city took it down or another rail fan took it down. I'm not sure what kind of tools must have been needed to do that, but there was a southern whistle post right here on this section. But as you can see, it's in the residential section of all these houses right here. So that was really cool. Would have been really neat to own one of these houses right here with the line going through the front yard. But you got 3 crossings all right together, which is neat. And the road dead ends right over here. And this crossing over here leads to someone's driveway, so that's private property over there. And I think this actually leads to a railroad bridge over a creek or something. So yeah, and you can start to see the Weston, which is a 40-some story building that's shared with hotel and apartments. It's the tallest building in Virginia. So I'll go ahead and get to that section in a second. Right over here is the crossing behind Circuit City, where I last filmed the last train. Well, not the last train ever, but the first and last train that I ever caught. The Circuit City was this building right here. It's long gone, but that's where I purchased my first ever camera. Memories. But anyway, that signal's long gone now. What they ended up doing was they first took off the lights and just put on the and just left the mast and the bell, put an exempt sign on. I'm not sure exactly why they did it that way, but that's what they ended up doing. And then by 2016 the signals were gone, and yeah. And right over here at South Independence, I'll show you this real quick. The tracks no longer cross the boulevard. So when I go to places like Best Buy or whatever, there's no thump thump when I cross the tracks. So that's pretty sad. And over here at Kellum Road, I got a weird story behind this one. This was actually after the line was abandoned. I actually went over just take a look at this crossing, and as you can see, for some reason one of the signals is gone. There was a mast only signal over here, but I was just standing there, and all of a sudden the crossing started going off, and I looked down the tracks. There was nothing there, and but they only went off for about 30 seconds, and then they went off again, and I was just completely bewildered. So I don't know. It was very, very strange.